Chairman of the task force and secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, at Monday's national briefing says permanent secretaries and chief executives will be held accountable for enforcing the COVID-19 protocols. Mitaire Ikpen reports.
The PTF chairman resumes at the national briefing after days of self-isolation when members of his family tested positive for COVID-19. To contain the virulent nature of the second wave of the pandemic, the PTF and state governments will be deploying legal structures to enforce closure of all bars, nightclubs, recreational and event centers to curb community transmission. All religious gatherings are henceforth limited to less than 50% capacity of venues, with physical distancing and mandatory use of face masks strictly enforced.
The head of service of the Federation will be issuing out notices to this. As an advisory, we're also asking the states to consider that so that they can decongest their offices and reduce the volume of people coming to work, so that we can effectively interrupt the spread and transmission that is taking place now. The PTF, on the advice of the Federal Minister of Education, expects that schools would have vacated from the 18th of December 2020 and remain closed till at least the 18th of January 2021.
From personal experience, the PTF chairman says this is not time to politicize COVID-19.
You wouldn't want to go through the experience that I went through. So the last 1 week was a nightmare. I was not infected. But the truth about it, the agony of having members of your household. I'm a father of 4. All my 4 kids were infected. There's no thing that you should not do. And the application of the non-pharmaceutical measures, probably, like I told you, I have shared here severally as a joke that oftentimes when I sit in my house, I'm wearing a mask. Probably that singular act of wearing a mask within my own household could have been the reason why I was not infected.
The task force calls on state governments to scale up risk communication as the second wave of the pandemic rages. In Abuja, Mitaire, Ikpen, NTA.